Hi there and welcome back to our World Tour Wednesday, where this week we are checking out the music of South Korea. We have 5 songs as recommended by our commenters, and next we're going to be listening to Breakthrough by Twice. Now Twice has been a big name. Obviously the first one we checked out was BTS, but you know, with them being such a massive name, I guess there's nothing really quite on that level at the moment, but Twice nonetheless have been a breakthrough artist. Excuse the awful pun. Now obviously we've got our regulars on the channel, thank you so much for tuning in, and we're going to have some new faces as well here, people who are fans of K-pop who are going to be checking us out as well. So let me just set down a couple of things that the regulars might know but the new people won't know, just why we are a little bit different from a lot of the other reaction channels. And that is because when we give a compliment to a song, I like to think it's a little bit more genuine than some of the other reactions, because I'm not here to pull faces and go, wow, that's amazing. If it is amazing, I will do that. But what we're here to do is give a genuine opinion. And the idea is that obviously then when we kickstart that, in the comments we can have some interesting back and forth. If I don't like the song, I don't like the song. Doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you if you do like the song. I want to hear from everyone. I want us to have a good discussion. And although we're just doing Korea, South Korea that is, for today, I'm not saying that I'll never come back and listen if someone says, look, you didn't like that one, check this out. I might well come back to it. So please, 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 you can press thumbs down. You don't have to subscribe. I'd like it if you did, but you don't have to subscribe. Do whatever you want to do, but don't leave here upset unless you leave a fairly worded comment telling us what you think and trying to change my mind. That's all we ask. Anyway, like I say, Twice have been a big name. Now, one of the things I will quickly add here is, as some of you will know if you've been on the channel long enough and listening to me rant for long enough, I have a little bit of history with Korea, in that I've been there quite a few times, and I lived with a Korean girl for 2 years actually, and we're still in good contact. She's a really nice person, and I met a lot of Korean people, and a lot of her friends and her listened to K-pop back in the day. Now I haven't listened to any real modern K-pop, but you know, stuff like 4 Minute and things like this, so I'm kind of familiar with how K-pop works. And compared to Japanese music, which we tend to listen to as the staple on this channel, Korean pop has its own identity, but it is much closer to the American sound. Now, the one thing I know about Twice is that Twice have apparently been linked with being quite a bit more American sounding than some of the other artists. I haven't heard, so I'm going to draw my own opinion, but that's an interesting one. When I draw my opinion, comment on that as well. But this is Twice then, with Breakthrough. I'm genuinely excited again to hear this. I'm really enjoying this. It's going to be quite a difference. Like I say though, we will be honest, I'm hoping to like it, because it was recommended by one of our commenters, as all of the songs today have been, so I've got to face them as well if I don't. Oh, funky. I like that smooth bass sound underneath, you know, sort of building us up for what I'm guessing is going to be a funky chorus. Nice little adding the hats there, bringing the beat up. Pretty catchy, pretty catchy. You gotta have a rapper. I think they got enough room in the instrumental, but by this second chorus, I want to hear more coming in. I'm hoping the last chorus adds a bit more, because it's a good basis. I want them to build on this. Yeah, that's really funky. Oh, that's leaving me with a lot of comments. Basically, I mean, I'm going to have to think a lot about a few things when I'm talking about this one. But first things first, I've got to admit that on first listen, I like that a lot more than I thought I was going to. The backing is, again, as seems to be the style with a lot of modern Western music, and this does seem to be copied by Korean music. I say copied, but okay, the same thing seems to be happening as a parallel, is the simple backing, the minimalist backing is a big thing. It's like, pick sort of good, strong core sounds and stick to them. There tends not to be very many layers. And more of the attention is focused towards just, okay, get a catchy beat in and then get the vocalists where we can see them so they can really be focused on. Now, on that level, there are lots of, the backing is simple, but it works in the same way that a simple, like, hip-hop backing would work. It is funky, it's got a sort of nice rhythm to it, the beat's good, the sound they've chosen, that sort of low horn section sound or brass sound, that really works as well. The chorus is quite catchy, actually. I like the chorus line. And, it's got a verse, pre-chorus, chorus arrangement. There's a lot of things about this that are quite likeable. I do think that perhaps the thing that works against it is that, if we were to compare this directly to the BTS song that we listened to just before this one, the BTS song, it was very minimalist again. But it kind of felt like they weren't really pushing themselves to sort of do anything beyond that. It kind of felt like they were just sort of delivering a catchy song on Tickover. The thing that I was thinking throughout this is that this one sounded like it had more potential that wasn't unlocked. So you got that catchy backing and everything, and just in my head, maybe this is just from working with musicians or working with producers, I can just hear all these extra little sounds where I'm like, oh, if you put that in right now, that would be really funky. Or if you put that in that now, that would build it up in the last chorus. And it kind of felt like all three choruses kind of came off exactly the same. There was no crescendo towards the end. It was kind of like, we got a good chorus, we're fine. Which is okay, but it does seriously drive down the replay value. Because this is the good thing about pop songs. You want to put it on over and over and over again. This song I would have trouble putting on over and over and over again because I would keep on hearing in my mind the bits that to me would be missing. And I might hear something is missing and someone else might hear something else that could go there. But I'm pretty sure that anyone who has any sort of creative spark would probably be listening to this, hearing things that could go in. Just tiny little things, like little extra lines of things over the top. Even with the vocalists, I know they're putting attention towards the vocals, but as is often the case with pop, K-pop included, if you've got a girl band or a boy band, when you get to the last chorus, you add extra vocal lines and extra harmonies. You have the singers split off and do more things on top of each other to build it up. You listen to soul music, there's always like a backing singer who goes completely out of control in the last chorus, just to sort of like go, this is the last chorus now. You can, that was awful. You can do more with this, and I just felt like, they had such a great potential there. I was kind of sad to see it start so well and squandered towards the end, not by doing anything bad, but just not by doing anything. So yeah, really good basis for a song that sounds a little bit incomplete, if I'm honest with you. you know, like the first half was great, but by the second chorus, like I think I commented at the time, I was like, okay, we need to, we've got something going here. We need to do something with this. As for the video looked a little bit more, dare I say, low budget than I expected, but it was colourful. The dance stuff was great. They looked like they were really sort of into it. You know, K-pop stars, as the reputation says, they kind of got a celebrity thing. They know how to do the pose. They know how to do the moves and everything. And they look good. So the whole presentation was really nice. The video had like plenty of sets. I guess the budget went on having more sets rather than, you know, quantity over quality, you could say. But they used them all well. And, you know, the video looked good. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, I think the whole thing I'd say about all of this was that it's like the basis of a lot of good things, but there was like lots of little areas where it just looked like this one was kind of phoned in. I would be very surprised if this was their biggest single. I would assume this can't be a particularly big single for them. It almost looks like one of those ones you deliver towards the end of an album where it's like, well, we got enough budget for one more. Let's put that one out. That one's kind of catchy. Because like I say, it's like, it's good, but I'm sure with expensive producers, it could have been produced better. Like I say, I've got reference for things like 4 Minute, and 4 Minute, as occasionally sort of teeth-grittingly bizarre as they got, they did have some moments of really brilliant overproduction and just like sort of OTT. They probably the opposite. They went too far and did too much in a lot of their songs. And so I'm kind of listening to it and thinking, well, this is kind of the opposite end of that coin. It's like, okay, you've got a nice simple basis, but not putting so much in. Anyway, I've kind of said that before. And the same thing applied for the video. It's like, okay, well, you've got good colours, you've got good direction, you've got good dances, you've got good movement. It's like, you could have probably peppered that up a little bit more than, you know, leaving the sets looking that bland. But these are just my opinions. Like I said, it's good. It's not bad. I certainly was kind of, in the back of my head, I've got to be honest, I was expecting to hate this a lot, I think. I wasn't expecting to like this one. And I actually came out of it going, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty catchy. Catchier than the BTS song as well, actually, I'd say. But I do feel like it was a waste of opportunity. So get in the comments. If you're a fan of Twice, do you agree? What's your opinion? Is this one of your favourite Twice songs? Do you think, oh, well, I think they could have done this better? Do you think, well, by their usual standard, this one seemed a little bit like they didn't push this one as hard as some of the others? Did I guess right? Is it a single that kind of came out towards the beginning or end of an album rather than one of the core singles for an album? Tell us what you think. Like I say, we're just doing Korea today, but there's no reason why we can't come back to something if someone has a really interesting point. So feel free to get in there, comment with our regulars, comment with me. I read all the comments even if I don't get to reply to all of them, and just enjoy the conversation. Thank you so much for sitting through. Thank you so much for listening to my opinion. And of course, this is not the last. This is one of 5 World Tour Wednesday South Korean songs we are covering honestly today. So for now, from Japan, where we're talking about South Korea, ciao.